Hey guys, my name is Maryam Basir. I am here with Elias from Man Cave Chronicles. We're going to talk about all the fun stuff we have going on, Lace, the TV show, other film TV projects that we have going on. So make sure you stay tuned.
Maryam, welcome to the cave.
Thank you for having me.
Exciting time. You know, the viewers and listeners are going to see a new show, Lace.
Yes, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I can't wait till we talk about that. I was doing some research on you. Entertainment industry wasn't always the thought of for you at first, huh?
No, I didn't even grow up thinking that I was going to be an actor or anything in the entertainment industry. I wanted to just live in New York and be a businesswoman and like own multiple businesses and like be a CEO and all those things.
So how did this happen? Like, how did you make the jump into acting?
I came to New York after I graduated from university again, and I came from Ann Arbor. That's one thing I didn't know. I knew I wanted to live in New York, like as a kid, because I always visited here and or there. I'm in Michigan now, but so I knew I wanted to live in the big city. So I moved as soon as I graduated, and then I was working at a consulting firm as a receptionist, and I was just like downstairs in the bank one day, and this security guard was just like, "Hey, are you an actor? Are you a model?" And I was just like, "No." And he said, "You should think about doing that. You're pretty enough to do that." And I was just like, some people, like, sometimes somebody can put a bug in your ear, and then that'll just go after it a little bit. So I just went to an agency. I was like, let me just see what happens. Maybe he's right. So I went there, and they ended up signing me, and I started working, and then I started working more and like doing more jobs, and modeling kind of turned into acting, and it just kind of like everything from there just snowballed, and it became something that is just something I love so much. And you know how you find something and it ends up being like the path of least resistance, where you keep getting success, and you keep finding that this is working for you, and it doesn't feel like work. So I just continue with it, and here I am.
Now, like, you said you started off like in modeling, and then you started doing a few acting. You start doing like acting lessons also, or just jump right into this?
I jumped right in, but like throughout the time I've been taking some acting classes as well. I think it's important to, like, if you can't always be taking acting classes, it's been kind of COVID, because like the classes are kind of like online in person times, but so I haven't really taken classes recently, but I plan to continue to take classes. I think it's an excellent way to like just hone your craft and learn different like tricks and stuff like that. I've taken some classes on the Meisner technique, which I really believe in. And I've learned like memorization skills from that. Like when you have a script in front of you, or you have something thrown at you, like, okay, we're going to add this scene, and you have like a monologue in it. So you have to know, like, be able to just memorize fast and connect with actors and things like that. But I definitely encourage classes, and I have taken them, but I didn't go to like preparatory. I didn't like, go to or anything like that.
That's great. I mean, and now you're the lead in Lace.
Yes.
So yeah, tell us about that. Tell us about like how when I was doing research, like I said, I mentioned like you didn't even get an audition for this. This role was offered to you.
Yeah, it was a huge surprise and like an honor. It was a Friday, and I was my manager called me, and he's like, there's these people want to talk to you about this show called Lace. And I was like, oh, it sounds interesting. He said, they want to talk to you now. And he told them, okay, just send the script, we'll look at it. And then Monday we'll have a Zoom meeting with the creators, which is Michelle Hardy and Trina. And so I read over the script, and from the first page, I was just like, I love this. I loved the storyline. I was like, this is exactly the kind of thing that I want to do. And I said, if everything lines up, then I definitely want to do it, So, but my manager told me a funny story. He said, and actually Michelle always says this too, like that my manager, it was a nor'easter storm, and they said, pull over. We need to get married. Pull over right now. And I was just like, I guess they had been following other things that I have been doing, and looking at just me online and stuff like that, and I met with them that Monday, and we had a conversation, and it just clicked automatically. We just like felt that was meant to be, and they offered me the role. They sent me an offer based on all that. My manager had sent them like clips from other like films and stuff that I did, so we did have. They had a vetting process, and even when I went on set, like a lot of the other actors were like, we didn't even know about this. We just knew that they had their lace and then they have to figure out everything else after.
Oh, wow.
Like a complete honor. I was just like, oh my gosh, really? I was humbled by it. So, but yeah, it was a different experience.
And it's got to be exciting, a legal drama.
Oh my gosh. There's the drama. That's the part right there. Like when you watch something on TV, that's what you want to see. You want to see the drama. You want to see the scandal. So like Lace gives you all of that,
So when the role was like pretty much given to you, like how did you like get ready to play this character?
Ooh, so I actually researched just different attorneys and just the jargon and the way that they speak. And my best friend's dad is an attorney, so I was asking him about, and I know like because he's like a second father to me or whatever. So like I know just from the way he is, he's just like so inquisitive and just like always getting to the bottom of things. So I just kind of like tried to take on the same characteristics as the people who I knew who were in that field. And then also I just started researching like, how I would wear, how I would wear my hair, what I would, and that's the job of the glam team and stuff, but I just wanted to be in character. And also another thing that I did that I had never done before, Sky Black, who plays Othello, who's my co-star on Lace, we sat down. First, I sat down with him and the director, Jamal Hill, and we sat down for like 2 hours, just discuss, as soon as I got to LA, just discussing the characters, the roles. And then Sky and I sat down after that for like, maybe like 5 hours. And we just sat and just talked about like how we met each other, what we had on when we met each other, like stuff that's like not in the script, the subtext that you would, that you wouldn't necessarily read on paper or hear. Because to me, it's so important to have a subtext, to have a storyline, like where was she born? Where did she go to school? Stuff that happened before you even see her, because this is what shapes that character. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just important to go inside and really like create this human being, like create this person who has parents, who has siblings or not. And, just who is a real person. Because once you do that, then it becomes more of a real person instead of just like somebody saying lines, Did
you go like on TV also like to watch like other like shows that are similar that have to do with like law?
Yes, I absolutely did that as well. And, I took from different ones from different things. I mean, different things from different ones. And that was helpful as well, because there's a certain demeanor, that you have to come on. So I think that to be convincing in a role, you got to kind of take on that character. And now for me, it's kind of like, Lacey is very different. Lacey McCullough, my character, she's very different than who I am. But there are certain things about her that I'm like, I really respect her. And I'm like, what would Lacey do in this situation? Because she's a bad chick. She's like, she's I really admire her.
How would you describe her? Like when you were given the script, was there like a little dialogue or anything, like how she's described to everybody?
She's prolific. She is she's a Harvard grad, so she's obviously very intelligent. She's highly, some would call her even genius on the show, because she has these ways of figuring out everything for all of her clients. And, they can't even solve the problem unless she's there. They're like, we need Lacey McCullough to figure this out. And she can get people out of things that they never would imagine getting out of. We have very high powered clientele, which we have to cater to on the show. So she just has to be even manipulative, you know what I mean? And like manipulate things to make it get the outcome that she needs it to have.
Now, would you be friends with her if she was a real person?
That's a hard one. It depends. It depends like who she is in your life. Friends, yeah, I would.
Now,
but
is there anything?
Cross her.
Yeah.
No, they're not cross her. As a friend.
Is there anything you would change about her, or anything you could add to her?
No, because the things that I would add, I kind of like already add them. They're not in the dialogue necessarily. They may come out, and I think the important thing is like you get kind of like a skeleton of who this person is when you get the script and everything. You get like, you don't get the full story of like who this person is. So the rest of it you kind of have to create. Yeah. So everything else I've had to bring to breathe life into Lace. So I think I have already added a lot just by being myself and saying things the way I would say it if I were in her situation at the time,
Interesting. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say because Mariska Hargitay from SVU, you know, this acting guru, and like now she's directing everything. When working with her on SVU, she told me, she said, you know, don't act. You know, she said, just say it, feel, you know, and you know, you're gonna go far. So I take her advice. It's like I kind of like just step into like become Lace, and you know, so a lot of my isms and things like that are like associated with Lace, they come out just in the when you see the final product, you know.
Well, where was this filmed?
In LA. Okay. All over. Yeah, all
Yeah.
over. We did at actual like beautiful houses and, you know, outdoor locations, and even like sound stages where they have like, you know, everything you need right there. Super convenient. It's like, okay, there's a motel right there, and then there's like a 5-star restaurant, and then and it's all in the same building.
How many episodes did you film, and how long did it take you to put the season together?
So we shot 6 episodes, and we shot it in about 3.5 weeks, less than a month. So it was very ambitious. And the way we shot it was kind of like based on like location and other things. It wasn't like in order of the episode. So we would shoot like this scene from episode 6 with this scene from episode 2. Like it was like all over the place, and kind of like, you know, stitched it. So
does that get confusing at all when you're doing it like that?
It can, but I think that our job as an actor is to say, okay, where are we? You know, to just like, even before we kind of go into the scene, say, okay, where am I? Here. Am I okay? Came from here. This just happened. And then like kind of get ourselves in that mode. And it's our job. Our job's like just me and like the people I'm acting with in that particular scene to stay there and be in that mode of where we are. But yeah, sometimes like you have to think about it, especially if like something's thrown at like an extra scene or something like that. You got to look at what happened before that, what's happening after that, and kind of like really put yourself there. And it just takes like just being flexible, being able to adapt, you know. But it wasn't hard. I don't think any like movies and stuff like that, they never really shoot in order. Yeah. I've never, was kind of like, but like 6 different seasons, 6 different episodes, that's one thing I haven't really seen before.
Now, is the plan to add more episodes this season, or is that going to be it, and then you'll see what happens next?
And that's it, and we'll see what happens next.
Okay. So how can the listeners and the viewers find the show to watch?
So the show it's an AMC Plus network called ALLBLK. It's fairly new to people because it used to be called UMC, but then they totally relaunched to ALLBLK network, right? So they can see it the way that I found it, because I was like, oh, it's gonna be super hard to find, but it's not. It's so easy. I just went to my Amazon Prime and I just searched up Lace, and it just popped up. So anywhere where you can like stream, you know, any of these streaming, if you have a smart TV, just type in Lace and it'll come up. And you have to sign up for the ALLBLK network. And
now any other projects that you got coming up that you want to tell the viewers and listeners?
Yes, I just did a movie. I did a movie last year called Holiday Heartbreak. It's being released on Tubi this holiday. I think it was just released because they had a billboard in Times Square for it like a couple weeks ago. So it's called Holiday Heartbreak, and I actually won Best Actress in a film for that. Yes. So like in October in Hollywood. Thank you so much. So that you can watch that on Tubi for this holiday season. And I did another film with Omari Hardwick and Eamon Joseph from Snowfall. I shot that a couple months ago, which that's going to be, it's going to be out in January. I can't say the name of it or anything because they haven't announced it. I think they're announcing it in December, but it's a super exciting project that we wrapped about a month ago, I'll say, a month and a half ago. And then it's coming out early next year. So you guys, awesome. I'll be sure to like update and let you know like where you can see it and stuff.
Speaking of updating, how the viewers and listeners find you on social media then?
Yeah, so my social media is my first and last name with an underscore. So it's Maryam Basir _ MaryamBasir _ I just made that up.
Mary, this is great. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.